And we're up.
All right. Welcome back to Drakkenheim. Um, so, last time you guys met with the queen, gave her some uh, lilies. She let you guys pick cards, and they came with minimum buffs, or in Nox's case, a lost bedroll. um, And from there, you guys were going to make your way back to Emberwood Village to do a little shopping and speak with the Amethyst Academy and give them some lilies as well, correct?
I think so.
All right, just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything, forgetting anything. Um, so yeah, you guys have a map. You've been in and out of this part of the city enough, you're in the outskirts now, that you're actually able to make it back to Emberwood Village with very little fanfare. No encounters or anything like that. Um so yeah, let me drop you guys here. And the only one of you with any money looking for anything specific was Knock, correct?
I got like 1,000 gold.
Well, was there anything specific you were looking for?
What card did I draw? Since I think I missed that.
Yeah, it was a relatively minor buff, and since you weren't here, you don't get it.
Oh,
um, it was
fair enough.
seriously, it was very small. Like, I don't even remember what they were.
It was mostly stuff that would have worn off by now.
Also, yeah, one of them only
Yeah,
lasted like 8 hours,
Oh,
and we were gonna go to sleep, and it was like, well, okay, I guess we're not gonna get that buff.
yeah. I
gotcha.
think the longest one was like 24 hours or something, and it was just not
Yeah,
great.
I think Bull needed to talk to the queen alone for 1 second.
We can do that again at another time. Um,
Yeah.
we can do that off camera. Um, I don't think that anything you would say to her would change what you guys decide to do. I could be wrong, but I
Well,
don't think so. Um, but yeah, I know that Nock was hoping to find some armor or a magic hat. Um, was anyone else looking for something specific, or have money to spend?
isn't this like the village where we fought that suit of armor?
Yes, yes, it is. It's the
Right? Yep.
Can we fight it again and just like put bets on it, but it's a bit
uh
more rigged.
people remember you. They know that you
We've
beat
been
it pretty handily last time. They would not be betting. They wouldn't You wouldn't make any money.
dang it. Do they have like a slot machine I can roll?
Through a mini casino.
Old tabs, maybe? Scratchers? Play some Farkle? Whatever that game's called? That Facebook game?
Gosh.
I guess something else for us to think about is there anything any of us needs to do here to set us up for the next part of our personal quests and or objectives for the group.
Group objectives would be the talking to the Amethyst Academy. That is the group objective right now. I don't think there's anything for personal quests right now, but I could be wrong. You all individually would know better than I do.
Folks could also do some um, just some drinking and rumor gathering.
Yeah, yeah.
Haven't heard a rumor in a
More
while.
spreading.
The since no one else has anything really to buy, um, we don't need to role play it necessarily, unless there's something you want to actually talk to Aldor the Immense about. But he has, all the boots still there. Some, common magic items if anybody's looking for that. But as he sees you guys walking into town, uh he will try to grab Nock's attention, and he'll say, "Oh, look at this wonderful armor that I was able to procure for you. Um, I think that you'll find it very useful, and I would be willing to let it go for, say, the price of 2,000 gold pieces. It's quite a deal."
Hmm. Does he also have the hat of disguise?
Nope, just the armor.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go for it. This is the serpent scale armor, right?
The glamored studded leather.
Oh. Is it a is it a +1 or is it just a?
It is a +1.
Ironically, though, it still doesn't change my appearance.
Nope. You could always try and haggle a little if you wanted. But I must warn you, he is quite the haggler. Also, do you guys have anything to sell? This would be the time to convert any of those trinkets into cash.
Yeah, I'm up for selling the um at least my troll item.
Hello. Um, yeah, we'll say I don't remember what the troll items were specifically, but we're gonna say they're worth 150 each. If anybody wants to sell them.
Yeah, I'd sell that.
All right. Delete
I
it
mean,
from your inventory and
how
add
would I
150 gold.
put it back into my inventory? But I'll add 150 gold.
Works for me. Yeah, I have no idea. They were made up items online. I have no idea what to value them at, so a flat 150.
I guess we also have some delirium shards that we could end up trying to sell.
Anyway, any decisions on that armor, Colby?
Well, it doesn't actually do either of the things that I wanted the other items to do. Just a lot
What
of
was the,
gold for a
what
plus
was the other
one.
one you were wanting?
Serpent scale armor?
Oh, okay, we can say it's that one.
Oh,
I
yeah, I'll definitely
for
do that one
whatever
then.
for whatever I need to figure out what the price would be for that though. Um, I originally thought you wanted the scorpion armor, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense for you, and so I didn't do it. But serpent scale, let me figure out what the price for that would be. 1 second.
Glamored studded leather was something I really wanted on my um, changeling warlock back in the day.
Oh, I just went to your Google Doc that you sent me a while ago, and
Ah,
uh, it was the first armor listed, and I was like, okay, that must have been what he meant. So I can't find a very good price on it or anything like that, what I would normally use. So it's a rarity lower, so we're gonna knock off 500. It's 1500 for it.
yeah, I'll do that.
All right. So take 1500 out, and you can have the serpent scale armor. I must not have Candlekeep Mysteries in my Roll20 because it is not coming up under items.
I'll see if I can just.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too hard to make, I wouldn't think, or to just change your AC. But um, anyway, with the major shopping out of the way, you guys were going to head to the Red Lion Hotel to speak with the Amethyst Academy, if I recall correctly. So let's move you guys there. It would help if I went there as well. So, um, you guys find yourselves in the inn, making your way back to the bar area where you ran into River before. Um, and it's got a handful of people in there, but you don't see River initially. Um, so you guys sit down to grab a drink. Um, and if you guys were saying you wanted to listen to some rumors as well,
Sure.
let me find the page that the rumors were on because we haven't been there in a while. Okay. Um, roll each of you, I guess, since you're kind of spread out a little in here. Can roll a D100. Okay, so Knock gets an 83, right? Yeah. Um, Unfortunately, this one is not very useful for you guys, as you already know it. But Queen Lenore's favorite place to spend time was the grotto in the garden, where she housed many exotic flowers.
Knock
Next,
visibly winces a little bit.
next is 73 Finch. You hear another one that you guys kind of already know. A dwarven clan of Glimmer, a dwarven clan from the Glimmer Mountains has laid claim to a rich field of delirium south of the crater, which you guys have already visited. They're the ones that are making the guns. Hudson 55. Um, the nobleman in his noble home. Withered old. What is this, a rumor? Yeah, okay. The nobleman in his noble home. Withered, old, and all alone. His stare can chill you to the bone. A pale man on a pale throne. A little rhyme that someone seemed to be reciting.
Not terrifying at all.
I'll put that into chat so you guys can go back and read it. That was 55, so now 33. Uh, the strange fish like folk in the sewers are quite friendly and have saved many desperate explorers. You guys have run into them once. And 89. Another one that is unfortunately not too useful for you guys anymore. A flock of harpies dwells in the cosmological clock tower. They viciously attack any who trespass on their territory.
Cats especially.
Yep. Um, so yeah, those are the rumors you hear. Um, so yeah, you each are doing your own little thing. Um, Plenty of time to talk to the barman, make any small purchases that you might want. Um, he's got all kinds of food and drink and desserts. Um, and as you guys are sitting, um, Finch, I guess you're right there. Just coincidentally, as I placed you, um, he'll look around and be like, I've seen you and your companions in here before, haven't I?
I've got a pretty recognizable face.
Yeah, well, it's my job to remember people. It's how I earn my living. Um, you were you were with that tiefling girl, right? The one from the Amethyst Academy. If you're looking for her, I'm afraid she's in the other room, the dining room. Um, she's with a older gentleman. Maybe looked like he was from the Amethyst Academy as well. I'm not sure what they're doing, but it might be a while before they're finished.
Did you happen to catch his name? I mean, I'll go up to whoever's kind of closest to me. I guess Amnar's kind of closest to me, and say, "Hey, I hear that River's in the other room, but there's somebody else with her, and he doesn't like me. We kind of have a history. Maybe y'all should go talk to River without me for this one."
Are you speaking just to Amnar, or do you signal for everyone to gather round?
I mean, I was just going up to Amnar because he was closest.
Fair enough. Amnar, you cool with that?
Oh, what?
Finch tells you that River is speaking with someone, and that person doesn't particularly like Finch. So he thinks that maybe you guys should talk to River without him this time.
Right.
And are you cool with that? You're the one closest to him, so he's telling you.
Oh, right.
How do you respond to that?
Uh, if you think that's what's best, I'll let the other group know too. Just
I appreciate it. I'll fill you in on why, so it's not so mysterious after.
Um, so two things. Finch, are you staying here in the bar, or are you leaving the hotel or attempting to conceal yourself in some way?
Mm, that's a good question. Um,
While you think on it, the rest of you, are you going to go search them out and try to find the dining hall? Or are you going to wait here in hopes that they come back to the bar area? Even though it might be a while if you're waiting.
Okay, let me catch up.
Definitely go walk around
our stream kicked out for a second. So
You
River
know, I
and
think
go ahead.
we should join him. Let's join River. We'll grab a round of beers, sit at the table, harass Drexel, or and yeah.
So do we know for sure who's in the other room with her?
Eldrick Rune Weaver. Rune Weaver? Rune
Yes,
something.
Rune Weaver.
Rune Weaver. Let's go harass Rune Weaver. Can we just go like lure him outside, commit murder, and just clear him that way?
I might be on board with that plan.
You want to
Like
go and fight Eldrick Runeweaver?
I mean, we killed the queen. What's one other person?
No, we should clarify. We did not kill her. We lured. I lured her to a bad place and she died. This is not the same.
Not kind of killed her.
I'm just saying from a challenge rating perspective. Don't take that as an indicator of our skills.
Oh yeah. I don't think we can take on like kind of the head, or at least high up in the Amethyst Academy.
Because he's socially and magically high rank, right? Like,
Yeah.
That would be an accurate statement.
could the rest of us maybe do some kind of check to see if we've heard of this guy before?
Yeah, I don't know. Let me try and find his
I don't
page
remember if I had
because
said anything about it before. I feel like I may have, but maybe not everybody was there at the time. So you can maybe roll just to remember if I had said something about it before.
I mean, I feel like what I remember you hinting at is high ranked person, doesn't like you, bad blood. And I think that's all we've got, right?
But so we give River some of the lilies, though. That's gonna be good blood. So if we do that with him present, we'll build some rapport with him. Even though in the future, Nox is just gonna lure him somewhere and kill him again, probably with the executioner.
Hey, I got nothing against this guy, as far as I know.
all right, you come from a noble house, knock, and noble houses sometimes hire mages and whatnot. So even if your family didn't, for whatever reason, you were in the circles where people may have spoken some, of them a bit. And the fact that he is a teacher and whatnot, you would probably know a bit about him, or at least maybe not his personality, but his reputation. So here in the chat is what I would consider to be commonly known. Um, yeah, that it's not pertinent information. Like it's not secret, so you could have easily overheard someone talking about him if you were ever around any magicians for any reason.
Yeah, I had kind of had the vibe because like Amethyst Academy had a branch here, but they were kind of everywhere, right?
Yeah, they're um, so the edicts of Lumen that prevent uh, mages from ruling or having any sort of governmental power, um, but also allowing them to come and collect anyone who is showing signs of magic. Um, it has provisions in there that while they can't take sides personally, they can be hired out. A lot of the greatest mages of the time were uh, advisors to rulers and kings and whatnot. Um, and a lot of noble families, if they can afford it, will hire their own. Uh, mage to, do things for them, keep them informed, or just for the status symbol of being able to say, yeah, I can afford this. Um, so they do spread out throughout the country, all well, multiple countries throughout the continent, and they have towers. I wouldn't say that they're common sights, but in the major cities, there's the every major city has a tower, which is where a lot a lot, not all of the teaching goes, a lot of the experimenting, a lot of it's their home base. It's where they can go and be. Their towers are independent, even if they are in major cities. They rule themselves in their towers.
Yeah, it had the vibe of something Nock has probably either. Yeah, I mean, there's almost definitely been uh, academy mages in and around his world at some point. So, but like, we don't really have any indication of like. And I guess what I'm saying here is we don't know anything about this guy other than he doesn't like Finch, and we know Finch has some weird demon adjacent vibes happening. So I guess what I'm saying is, as far as Nock knows, this is the good guy in this grudge. I'm assuming it's more
Yeah,
complicated than that, but you know.
yeah. I don't know. I don't recall personally how much Finch has told you guys, so I'm not going to make any comments in fear of revealing backstory that hasn't been revealed yet.
I mean, I
think
literally
part
think
of my backstory I may have revealed, but I don't specifically recall.
I think literally all we've heard is like on the outs at the Amethyst Academy, something about a woman maybe, and you got real chummy with like the queen, and I can't. And I still am not sure if that was an act or if that was like some prior allegiance of Finch's.
Um,
Okay.
what I think he's revealed specifically about Eldrick is that Eldrick put Finch in prison, and
Yeah.
Finch is now out. And I don't know anything else that may have been talked about.
Yeah, I think that's accurate.
Anyway, still want to go talk to him? And Finch, have you decided? Well, based on what they do, I guess you can decide how you will spend your time while they talk.
I think if they're going to go talk to him in the other room, I'm going to basically try and pick a seat with my back to whatever door they go through. Kind of pull my hood over my face and just try to be inconspicuous.
Sounds good.
My only concern is not having our face character in there.
I have to try to put up some barriers.
All right, I got a +5. Let's see what happens.
Okay. Um,
I mean, they're just like in there. We're not like kicking the door open to a private meeting, right?
uh, they're certainly meeting, but they're not in their private chambers. So, uh,
I mean, like, is it a room that other people are moving in and out of?
it's a room that other people could move in and out of. As of now, you would find that it is currently empty, but you wouldn't know that until you went in. The doors aren't locked. Um, as you get near the door, you hear the sound of a piano playing gently, not loudly or harshly. It's more like the equivalent of elevator music, just setting an ambiance.
What if we just ask the bartender, like, hey, is that a private meeting in there?
No, no one's requested uh, no one has, what is it, chartered out the room. Is that, yeah, that seems like the correct terminology.
Yeah, then I guess are y'all good with that? We go in and Finch can lurk. It's his turn.
I'll like I'm nervously like ordering another drink and like let me see the menu. You got like I don't know dessert menu or something. Just awkwardly trying to act like I'm fitting in and doing normal things, but like not normal at all.
And that's what social anxiety is like. But yeah, if you guys follow the purple cursor, you will find yourselves at the entrance to the door,
Yep.
and you guys can go in.
Computer's being slow.
Um, yeah, as you go in, you see River and an elderly black gentleman sitting at a table, and I use the term elderly loosely here. Um, he's not old as in frail and feeble and white haired. He's like a dignified, uh, dignified 50s or 60s-year-old man. Um, certainly getting on in years, but you immediately get the sense that he is the opposite of frail. And yeah, here is a physical description of him.
Oh, here's a question. Can I have my dog Ruben go in with them?
Uh,
Just kind of follows in behind the hole or something.
can you can have him go in. My question is, can
Is
you
he a
put the
service animal?
well, can you put the description of it in there? Um, because if it gives off any sort of magical energy, like if there's anything that would indicate it's not an animal, they may be able to detect it.
And then be suspicious of
That's
it.
a good question. Can I?
And there's the handout for him.
So I think coming into the room, uh, Knock would come in, uh, kind of come in big, like River, our favorite mage, um,
All right.
or whatever the correct term is.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a second. For your steed, Finch, um, it does say that it is has the appearance of whatever you want, but it has uh is a celestial fey or fiend. So if they have anything that would detect those up and running or potentially cast in the course of being there, they would know.
I think Finch would still send him in.
Okay. Yep. So we can send your steed in. You won't be able to converse yourself, but you will be able to see and hear everything that goes on. So you can drag your dog on there. Can you see through the eyes of the dog?
I don't know. I don't think I can see through it. What did it say? But I can communicate with it telepathically.
Okay. So he can just repeat to you everything that happens.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, sorry to interrupt you there, Knock. Continue on.
No worries. Um, yeah, so just sort of big boisterous energy. Hello, River, our favorite mage, and then sort of pull up short, like, oh, sorry, were you in a meeting? Just to give her the option to, like, have us come back if this is ultra rude.
Okay. No. You see her look up surprised and go, oh yes, hello, and she'll say, Eldrick, sir, these are some of the adventurers that I've sent out on our behalf. They've been let's see, and she starts shuffling papers around on the table. Oh yes, yes, they were, and her eyes go large. Oh, you were the ones going out to get the lilies. Were you able to find any?
Yeah, I think that however many we designated to give to the academy, um, Nock is just going to sort of flourish them.
Oh, this is just wonderful. Uh, Eldrick, you've been looking at these notes, and you think you can create something out of this? Yet, oh, this is perfect timing. Um, and he'll stand up, and he's very tall and very. If he didn't have a staff and glasses, you would hesitate to mark this man as a mage. Um, and he'll say, "Oh, yes, I think I think I can very much expand on Oscar's research. Um, though I don't have anywhere to work here in this city. Um, he'll I'll need some equipment, or to return to my tower. But that might take some time."
Didn't, well, it depends on how much of a stink the lanterns might raise. But it seemed like Yorin left a lot of equipment in his manor that might be useful.
Um, that uh, River, sorry, would probably say, that's true. We could certainly go and see what we can scavenge there. But it's been quite some time. I wouldn't be surprised if Yorin had made his way back to his manor and collected everything he needs to be making potions for himself again. And for the hooded lanterns, I believe. Yes, it does look like he is now under their protection. And Eldrick would furrow his brow at that. And, ah, that's That is quite unfortunate. And you get the sense that he's referring to both the unavailability of equipment, but also the fact that Oscar Yorn is still practicing.
Nock is going to commiserate, like, yes, unfortunately, it seems like it's been difficult for some of the locals to see past the immediate usefulness of some of his alchemy compared to his overall demeanor, we might say.
Well, it is unfortunate, but I can't say I blame these people. Their city is at stake, and Oscar can be convincing when needed, even if his methods are distasteful.
You know,
And he almost spits those words out.
the simplest way to unseat Yorin might just be to bring a legitimate alchemist to the area. They might have to operate at a loss for a time, but if removing Oscar is important enough for the Academy's interests in the future of the city, the investment might be worth it.
We've thought of that many times, but unfortunately, it's not something we can do. It's not permitted, shall we say. The the hooded lanterns cannot pay, and we cannot be seen to take sides. And right now, this city is under hot contention. The Silver Order wants to destroy it. And that, I believe, is a mistake. There's so much here to learn from. These crystals, there's such power. The things they could do, the things we could learn from it. We could advance technology, magic, years into the future. But we can't act of our own accord. All we can do is sit and watch. Unless someone can pay for our services, in which case it's no longer us acting. We are just an emissary.
I'm in the back of Doc's head. He's legitimately wondering if um, the Queen of Thieves might be interested in pushing Yorin out. We can follow up on that later.
Anybody else have anything to add at this moment? Any thoughts going through anyone's heads?
Well, I remembered that we sent the Ratlings, a bunch of them, to go harass the Silver Order out earlier. And, we are the Queen's champions. We might be able to strike a deal with the Queen, but that would also kind of alienate the Hooded Lanterns.
Yeah, I'm not making it easy on y'all.
So clearly, what we have to do is rally everyone, kill this, and like witch hunt the Silver Order, right? Just start a genocide of them, and then we'll figure things out later. Or if we convince the Silver Order to attack the Academy, then they'll be forced into something.
The Academy might just bail, though. They're very mercenary about all this.
They might bail, but But if the Civil Order commits an atrocity, they'll probably want revenge, and then we can make money by being the mercenaries they send to do revenge.
It would also take a whole lot of convincing to make the Silver Order believe that the Amethyst Academy needs to be attacked unprovoked.
I mean, also, isn't the full extent of the Amethyst Academy that we've found so far literally the two people in front of us?
Yep.
Like, there's not like an active base that they can go attack.
Yeah.
I mean, there's the tower, the broken tower.
Right, but
I mean,
that's a ruin to reclaim, not a, you know.
We don't know what's there.
I should mention that he mentioned needing equipment, and the tower would be assuming that I mean, you can clearly see that not the entire tower has been destroyed, just
Yes.
the middle section.
Yeah, the middle.
Um, so there is very realistically equipment among other things inside the tower.
Wasn't the tower a location I thought more relics might be at?
It sure was.
So maybe that's the. Unless something else comes up, maybe that should be our next destination.
Good to me.
Let's go take the tower.
Do you mention this to him? Or are you going to try to surprise them with it?
I mean, I guess we could ask them if they think, since it's.
I feel like forgiveness is better than permission. Like, they might be able to tell us something helpful, but I don't want them to be like, oh, well, you can't have this, 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 and this.
Right. But once we already done it, then yeah, it's kind of. I could see that.
Yeah, let's take their tower.
All right.
But we do want to find out if what sort of reward there is for the flowers.
Yeah, I need to get paid. I need to keep track of my money better. I got like gambling to go do.
All right. Um, so, uh, each of you, and even though Finch isn't in here, you guys will be able to. I'll allow you to make some sort of an excuse of your party member having stomach issues and needing to spend time in the restroom. um,
I mean, we could just say, like,
but
he's haggling with Aldor or something.
yeah, whatever lie you want to come up with, I will allow to pass because this is a reward for a quest and they shouldn't have to miss out on it. um,
This is our friend Bill. He's not here right now because he's pooping his teeth out.
Yep.
Yeah.
He is currently pooping through a screen door right now, so it's not a good time.
so hold on.
It's currently a chocolate waterfall back there, so we just want to leave him be.
Can't even defend myself.
Right. The
He
dog. You get
he
his dog grumbles a little.
he kind of didn't make it to the toilet, so he's also having to clean up his clothes.
I think the dog poops a little bit on the floor.
Oh, I don't know whose dog that is.
If you don't know any better, you'd think you could see him rolling his eyes somehow. Didn't even know dogs could do that.
I just have a Bernese Mountain Dog who doesn't have brain cells.
All
Poor
right.
dog.
I need one of you to roll a uh forget it. We
Is this how well we
we don't
lied
have
about him pooping?
no no. um, you guys will all, so a total of 5. you will receive a ring of spell storing, and in each ring, they will allow each of you to choose one of these spells. So you can choose one spell to put in the ring, and you guys can cast it at any time.
Yeah, there's some good spells in there.
In addition, um, the ring itself can hold up to 5 levels of spells. So one level 5 spell, one level 4, and one level 1, so on and so forth. Whatever you can do to get up to 5. Um, you guys can. I will allow you guys to put any scrolls you find into it, provided uh, you have the space in the ring to do so. But you can also come back to River or Eldrick or any amethyst mage you find, and you can pay to have a spell put into it. Um, the more powerful the spell, the more expensive it will be. Um, and you might have to wait a day if you are seeking a specific spell, as they would need to prepare it. But so everyone basically now has a small amount of spells available to them. Hudson, you, being a magic caster, can put your own spells into it. Amnar, you have a couple spells as well.
Yeah.
So at the end of any day, right before you take a long rest, you can cast spells into the ring, and then the following day, if you use the spell from the ring, it will not use one of your spell slots.
All right.
So I
Um,
just need to put a 5th level fireball and just
oh,
have
I
a
guess I
me.
guess Finch can do it too.
Nice.
Yeah, anyone who can cast spells on their own can put them into the ring, and then when you cast out of the ring, it doesn't use a spell slot.
And so, how many slots can be stored in that?
Up
5
to
levels worth.
Yeah, up to 5 levels worth.
So
So
like I guess that
one
means like you
one
could do
level
like
5 spell or 5 level 1 spells.
yeah,
Um,
a level
Okay.
2 and a level 3 spell or something.
yeah,
But they're only
whatever
giving us
whatever.
one spell right now, right?
It only has one spell right now, and it's from the list that I gave you because that's what Eldrick has prepared. Well, that he has prepared and is willing to put in the ring. He
Yeah.
has he has higher levels than that, but he's not going to give you a 5th level spell.
So that means that these are going to be cast as if Eldrick cast them.
So, like a counter spell is
If
cast
that's
once
how
it's
the rules work, then yes, that is how the rules work.
Because that makes Counterspell a whole lot better.
Oh really?
Yeah, Eldrick will put this in for you. So,
We
So
all get
if
a ring.
and yes, he can. His spell save DC is 19.
Oh
So
man.
do with that what you will.
well, what I'm definitely not going to do with it is ambush him in an alley.
You never know. I think once I start whacking on him with some axes and get it up and close, he's done for.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
I'll
An ambush, alpha strike damage, top notch stuff. But man, he's sure going to be one of those guys that if you don't kill him before he acts, he's going to do something real bad to us.
Um, I should also mention, Finch, Hudson, Amnar, that you guys can put spells into other people's rings as well if you want to.
Right.
It doesn't have to be just your own.
Ooh, so I could force smites into Bull's ring, and Bull can smite.
Oh.
I don't I don't think
It would
smites
have to be a
are.
smite
It's
spell,
not
not the
a
smite
spell.
feature.
Yeah.
2024
Yeah.
rules, it's a spell. That's what I'm thinking.
Say that again.
2024 rules, it's a spell. It's not a spell in
Yeah.
2014
No.
rules.
Yeah. You couldn't put your divine smite in, but if you had like searing smite, you could put that in.
Yeah, that threw me off. I was trying to
No,
drag
that's
the
true.
Ring of Storing into my inventory, and it yelled at me because I didn't have 2024 somethings.
Oh,
And I realized I'd grabbed the wrong one. There's a 2014 one also.
gotcha. Okay.
There's some fun stuff we could do with that.
Yeah. So everybody can cast spells now. Um, it can save everyone who has spells a spell slot or two. Um, yeah. Hopefully, we'll provide you guys with some fun shenanigans.
Hmm.
Is there anything else you'd like to specifically ask Eldrick or River? Since you're not going to mention the tower to them.
Job. Just see what they.
All right. Well, Eldrick will then he will look at River and he'll say, River, have these people done a lot of work for you? Would you say they're capable? And he'll look at you. Are you all capable? Um,
Is that a trick question?
Nock is going to nod and look very capable.
all right. Um, well then I was wondering if you would be kind enough to escort me into the city. I need to speak with the Hooded Lanterns. Um, I am going to attempt to broker a peace between the Lanterns and the Silver Order, or at least, postpone this war that's coming up. I can't take sides, but um, the Academy just cannot see this city be destroyed. We have to attempt to broker a peace between them.
What is Finch thinking about that? Watching through Fido.
Right.
I mean, you wouldn't know what Finch is thinking.
Can you make the dog act certain ways?
I mean, yeah, I can communicate to him.
Have him
I
whine
guess
or
I
raise
could.
an ear.
Yeah, can you make him jump up and down in excitement or put his tail between his legs and whimper? Like can you can you communicate any like make him communicate emotion?
Slobber on
But that
somebody's
could
hand.
would Finch be clever enough to do that?
Would
He's
Finch
not
want to do
actually
that?
very smart.
Does can the steed read your emotions without you sending it? Like you can read his thoughts and emotions, but can he read yours?
Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah,
So
because
maybe if he can, it's certainly possible he feels whatever you're feeling.
True. And he is a dog, so they like to react to emotions.
I mean, Finch is just feeling that this is gonna be difficult for him to hide. Like he's thinking that he's gonna basically try and hearing that he's gonna try and sneak out sooner and follow behind without
Being
like
seen.
giving himself away, knowing that he's like the worst at stealth.
So Eldrick sees you guys looking very uncomfortable with this, and he's no idiot. Um, you guys don't answer immediately. You sort of look around at each other, and he'll say, "Huh, I see. I will find my own way into the city, I suppose." And sort of give you guys a little bit of a side eye and start making his
Well,
way
instead of
out
pissing
of
him off, can
the
we
hotel.
can we make an excuse at least?
Sure. As you see him uh walking out of the room, what do you choose to yell at him?
Oh, ugh.
It was awkward too because like we were planning on going there anyway to
Yep.
give lilies as well.
Yep.
But we were also going to have Finch be the front man for that.
Fun, awkward situations.
Is there any way we could get Finch and this guy to
I
reconcile
can't
enough to?
I can't try and force Knock and Jupiter Jones to interact anymore. So now I get to try and force Finch and Eldrick.
We have a new
Yeah, I
awkward
mean,
interaction to try and
I mean,
reconcile.
so from a character
it's more like
perspective, it makes more sense for us to agree to this. I'm just kind of thinking of actual Colin sitting at the computer who's going to have to be like, and I make another stealth check and I scrabble through the ruins a mile behind you, hoping I don't die for an entire session by himself.
that's literally what I'm gonna
Oh,
do, but
man.
it's fine.
That's funny.
I mean, you've grown a beard since he's seen you last. You really think he'll be able to see through that disguise?
It's been
Right.
15 years. He may not even remember me.
This is true.
But do I want him to take that chance?
He looks pretty old. I mean, he might be forgetful.
We could turn you into a troll.
Right?
Oh yeah, do we still have? No, we sold off that stuff.
No, thought we sold the fake items, not the real one.
The thing that actually, yeah, that's true. You could be our troll party companion.
Or you could just go get a mask, like, and we could just be like, "Sorry, our friend is terribly scarred by the contamination."
I run out to hearing that they're discussing this. I run out to Aldor and see if he has any sort of just a mask, full face helmet.
Um, let me see what kind of cursed items I can find.
Full face helmet would be perfect. And I can just pretend to just be a never nude and then don't take my mask off ever.
Cursed mask of
You're
mouse
just Chris
voice.
Biden.
What'd you say, Colby?
A cursed mask of mouse voice. He has to do a squeaky little mouse voice the rest of the time.
All right. Um, this will be this will be fun. The first thing that popped up on World Anvil when I googled cursed helmet. Um, we'll say it covers your whole face. Um, you gain another +1 bonus to AC. Um, however, you now have oh, sorry, you gain +1 bonus to AC and have advantage on intimidation checks. Um, however, you now have disadvantage on all wisdom saving throws, including perception checks.
No.
Um, as the eye slits, that cover your face, they glow green. So it's a little hard to see out of them. um,
So, he looks scary, but he's always bumping into things.
and in order, you don't have to do it yet. You know, you don't have to take. You don't have to put it on yet or anything. But in order to get rid of, in order to take the helmet off, you will need to find someone who can cast Remove Curse.
I don't have.
Hudson can definitely do that, so we're okay.
Okay,
That's true.
I just wanted to throw that out there.
How much does it cost?
How much do you have? No, uh,
I have
well,
645 gold.
yeah, it's listed as very rare here, but
Or does he have any like non-magical helmets that are full face?
yeah, yeah, we can say that you get a just a regular one. It would cost, I don't know, a gold. What does mundane helmets cost?
Yeah, there's no mechanical benefit within any of them.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
like
want
clothing.
magic items. I want equipment.
I feel like it's going to cost less than a gold.
Yeah, I feel like it probably should too.
Oh, I like rush up to the guy and I'm like, I just hand him a gold and be like, I need a full face helmet, quick.
Yep, he will. He'll give you one. You now have a full faced helmet. No beneficial properties or cursed ones. Though I
Also, I
really
have some like just random supplies, rope or rations or just random stuff.
You're too broke to afford a curse.
yeah. I was really wanting to make sure to give
Right.
you a cursed item as
Would have been a lot of
Oh,
fun.
I definitely buy a bedroll. I'll buy a bedroll as well, and just some random. Uh,
so you can have two and rub it in Nox's face.
yeah,
Um, all right, yeah. So you're able to get whatever it is you need, and we'll say that the total comes to a gold because it is not a it's not going to be very expensive. Um, so yeah, what excuse do you make to Eldrick as as he was walking out of the room and you go, no, wait, we'll take you. Um, what excuse do you give for why you hesitated?
I mean, I guess I'm just going to say we, wanted to consult with our companion who was purchasing some additional supplies. But if it's a matter of haste, then we will retrieve him on the way.
Ah, I see. Um, let us be off then. And yeah, so all of you now get to head towards the. And anything else you guys want to do in Emberwood Village first? Cool. So you guys are back
Oh,
on
I think I
the.
was hoping for a letter, but that's not really a we all
Oh,
have to deal with it thing.
right. I forgot about that. Um, that will be a next time on Drakkenheim. um, so as you guys are making your way towards uh, Shepherd's Gate to meet with the Hooded Lanterns and Oscar Yorn, which will be a potentially fun thing if Eldrick interacts with him. You can see it. even from Eckerman Mill, where you guys are outside the city down here, you can see this area of Drakkenheim up in flames. Um, there is a lot of burning going on. It has not yet reached the city wall or inner city, but the outskirts are being burned away. You can see the fire from a distance.
Well, looks like the Silver Order is getting aggressive.
Having another bonfires.
And
I think as I meet up with the rest of the group, I would introduce myself as Ruben, and I would have a full face mask on, and I would start handing out the random supplies, and I'd go up to knocking and hand on bedroll and be like, try not to lose this one. And,
Thanks, Ruben.
um, isn't that your dog's name as well?
yeah,
Did anyone use the dog's name in conversation in front of Eldrick?
Actually, just called it dog.
All I could do is remembered his name.
I just think it would be very funny
That would be really
interaction
funny.
for Eldrick to be like, wait,
Funny story.
if I had
He's
heard,
actually named
if
after
I
the
had heard
dog.
him say that name, I would have introduced myself differently. If I had heard them
oh,
use that name.
fair enough. um, but every time they call you Ruben, the dog like
My
runs
buddy
Yeah,
will
over.
look up and
a
like,
little bit.
huh?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Every time they say your name, the dog runs to whoever said it,
Right.
as if there's a treat for him or something.
We'll go alert and ready to do
I,
something.
I will personally start referring to Ruben as Junior.
um, but yeah, on your way there, um, you guys would uh, run into a random encounter. Da 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 da. Battle music, but Eldrick steps forward and waves his hand, and in a single spell, uh, the way is no longer barred. You can continue on,
Yeah,
um,
fun.
just as a display of his power.
But we get party
Does the
experience,
zombie
right?
come out at that point?
What's that?
We get party experience and we get to loot the bodies, right?
Yes.
Uh, there's not much left of those bodies.
The loot has been destroyed.
Well, is there any gold left? Maybe it didn't get melted.
Nah, probably not.
These
This
guys.
is a narrative battle to
Right.
demonstrate that Eldrick is strong.
As
Um,
I was Eldrick, is there really a need for us to come along if we're so strong? Or you just want good companions to talk to on the journey?
it's always better to travel in groups, especially in dangerous areas. I may be powerful, but anytime I could easily let my guard down or get distracted, a group is always safer.
She's not wrong.
It's very
Just
true.
depends on your group. Some of us are pretty dumb. I'm looking at you, Hudson.
Oh,
Guilty.
I forgot to mention. Um, he's also got a big giant suit of armor with him.
So he already had an escort.
Um, and uh, both both Knock and Finch would know this, but all high-ranking Amethyst Academy members have a personal bodyguard.
Hmm.
Um,
The one behind the tavern, it would be really hilarious if you switched him out.
specifically, um, let me see if I can find it. Here we go. That's what he travels with.
Oh,
I can take it.
Looks like the executioner.
Guess we're going to lure them to Slaughterstone Square.
Um, the thing does not seem terribly fast,
mhm,
but it looks like it could take a hit or two.
right.
And he probably would have had it waiting outside around back or something that you guys wouldn't have seen in the hotel. Yeah, then eventually you all make your way to uh the where are things? Why can I not get stuff to pop up? Um you guys will make your way here, but you're not inside anymore. You guys haven't been here since you were captured. You guys are on the outside. Um and you got Eldrick with you as well. Let me get things. And yeah, you make it to Shepherd's Gate and the garrison beyond in an attempt to for Eldrick to begin speaking with Lord Commander Elias Drexel, and for you all to hand over some lilies, potentially, and whatnot, and yeah, um, yeah. How do you guys want to handle that?
Um, ugh.
I think I would where I would normally kind of step forward and take the lead. I kind of hang back and kind of I nudge knock forward a little bit to try and signal him to take the lead. And I'm gonna try and stay quiet.
I kind of don't even want to set foot in here, but um,
I mean, you can always just give the lilies to Eldrick and then say that you were. I mean, I don't know if Eldrick would follow through on this, as he doesn't like Oscar Yorn either. Um, but be like, here, give them these as a peace offering,
okay.
or something along those lines.
Do we even expect them to give us some kind of reward here? Because if we
I don't
don't,
think we were expecting because they've been very poor with everything so far.
yeah. So let's give them to the dude's two kids.
Okay. Do you want to go inside and look for them, or do you want to ask one of the guards out front to call them for you?
I mean, maybe we could just phrase it as like, we're in the midst of escorting, uh, you know, mage Runeweaver here, but we do have a quick delivery to the
The
what's their
Lees.
face siblings.
Yeah, the Lang siblings.
Yes, if either of them are available.
Okay, so I was just you said you kind of don't even want to go in, so I was trying to give you options to not go in. Um, you don't
Well, and
have to
it's
use
like,
an excuse to go in and look for them if
if
you don't
a
want to.
VIP is here, then the head honcho doesn't want to see us, and I definitely don't want to see Oscar Yoren unless we're going to kill him. So,
And that makes me happy to be kind of separated from Eldritch, so I would be totally on board with that. If we can
well,
get rid of
maybe
them.
what's what we do then? Maybe we send Finch to deliver them to the Lang siblings as an excuse to let him go, and we'll stick with Runeweaver.
Okay, but you are accompanying him into the garrison.
If it seems like he wants us to.
Uh, he just wanted to get here. Um, it is up to you all what you do from now on. He does not need you in this meeting. Um, but the his desire for peace is not a secret either. So he's not going to force you away. Um, now Lord Commander might, since you guys have some animosity there, but Eldrick certainly wouldn't.
Is Eldrick going to remember to pay us if we just leave?
I think it may be helpful too to kind of hear what they're saying, so that we have an idea of how to address this whole dispute between the Silver Order and the Hooded Lanterns.
Yeah, we could at least go and let him kick us out. But I also wouldn't mind if Eldrick wanted to, give us a little something something first.
Um, all right. Um, so you get here. You accompany Eldrick. The conversation with him has been awkward to say the least. But he is grateful. Um, and he is about to head inside the garrison as you sort of put your hand to your mouth and give a little and stick out your hand like you're waiting for a tip.
Oh, I'd never be that gauche.
And uh, well, he wasn't. He had no intentions of just paying. He thought this was a favor. So
That's
he.
fine. If it's a
Okay.
favor, I'm glad to leave it at a favor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was. He no discussion of payment had been made, so he thought that you guys were just traveling together. Um, but if you do that, he would reach in to his pocket and then you say, "Oh no, I was just joking," and he'll believe you because this whole thing has been rather awkward. But then a pouch of like 500 gold is okay, no problem, and he'll put it back in his pocket and continue inside.
Yeah, his
Uh,
favors are probably more valuable,
Yeah.
or
especially
his
because
goodwill
I
at
don't know
any
that
rate.
Finch is going to be able to kill him anytime soon. So
Yeah. Favor may have been a strong term. Think of it more as getting on his good side for something you were about to do anyway.
I mean,
Um,
an appropriate favor, not like
yeah, yeah. He's not gonna just like
Spend a wish on us.
yeah. He's not gonna go kill one of your enemies for you just because you escorted him here. But yeah. So if any of you want to follow him inside, you certainly can. But the more simpler of these conversations will likely be Finch and the Lang twins. Um, so you're able to ask around and pretty easily find them. Um, is there any particular conversation you or information you want to give them, or is this just more of a cordial, hey, um, I know we left on bad terms before. Here's this as maybe a peace offering. Like what are we doing here?
Yeah, it's kind of like you remember that time that I saved you and we didn't get really much of thank you. And here's some more stuff that we're doing for you. And I don't suppose there's a reward for this either. But here's some lilies to hand over to Oscar Yorn. And I'm just trying to guilt trip him.
Um, they were not expecting you, and they were not expecting the lilies either. Um, they thought that the last time you guys saw each other, that it probably would have been the end of your relations together. Um, but oh yeah, no, thank you. That's amazing. Um, we've sent some people to try and collect some, but we haven't had any luck. No one's come back. How did you guys manage it?
Some people, you
Uh,
mean Jupiter Jones, that hack?
no, we didn't. We haven't seen him in quite some time.
Yeah, he's horribly ill equipped for such jobs.
Somewhere else, Knock nods in satisfaction and doesn't know why.
Sorry, I'm trying to find rewards sections. All right. So what they will give you, um, it's been established they don't have a lot of money, that and that they are needing all the weapons they can to keep to help prevent this oncoming war. But what they do give you is a flare gun. It's got one charge, and they'll tell you that if you fire it into the air anywhere in the city, help will come. It doesn't matter the time of day or night. A so I just put in chat specifically what it says. So while they can't give you physical things, they can offer you their aid.
Is there a limit to how many times we can use that?
Yeah, it's got one charge. You can use it once. You can potentially earn more if you do more favors for them or get on their good side or whatever. Um, but given the way things ended last time and their lack of resources, this is the best they can offer you right now.
So, well, I appreciate the gesture, though I'm fairly certain that you're more likely to need us than we're to need you.
You never know, but it is kind of true.
And they'll sort of go, yeah, with the way things are looking, you might be right. Um, and I don't know if there's any more useful information to be gleaned here, unless there's something very specific you want to ask them.
Yeah, I do want to ask them what's been going on with the Silver Warder as we've kind of been dealing with some other things.
they've been they've been pressing onto the city. We've sent emissaries asking them to leave, telling them that they're invading a foreign land, but they won't hear it. Um, they see this city as a blight to their religion. I think that it needs to be destroyed and wiped out, and I I can't say that I blame them. I mean, look around, look at what this city does to people, what it does to the animals, what it does to everything it touches. But it's our city, it's our home. We swore an oath to protect it, and if we let this city fall, well, who knows what the Silver Order will do with the power they gain from claiming this land. And all of you would know this is common knowledge throughout everywhere. The Silver Order, there is a country um, where the Silver Order is basically running it. Um, and let me see what I can find. It is a religiously run country um, where the Silver Order is based, and the head of the Silver Order is the de facto ruler. Maybe not in title, like the country has a king, but the leader of the Silver Order tells the king what to do. Um, so taking over this city and this area would put a lot of power into the hands of that country, into that into the Silver Order essentially.
Well, I'll tell the Langs that I grew up here too, and I would love to see the city restored to its former glory, and I'll do whatever I can to uh, to make peace with the Silver Order.
Yeah, one both Langs will agree with you, but the you get the sense that Petra is the female is more on the side of preserving the city as is and learning to deal with the delirium and whatnot, whereas Ansem, the male, is more open to the idea of burning it to the ground and starting from scratch. Um, they neither of them want to let the Silver Order take over, but one thinks rebuilding is an option. One thinks preserving is the. Let me rephrase that. One thinks burning down is the better option. One thinks preserving is the better option. Neither would be upset if the other happened. Um, they just have different ideas on what may be better or worse, or easier or harder. Anyway, um, the rest of you, Bull, Amnar, Nock, and Hudson, you follow Eldrick Runeweaver, who, like I said before, isn't stopping you, but he's like, "What are you guys doing? I thought we were. I thought this was all. Do you need to meet with the Lord Commander too?" Um, he's not saying any of this out loud, but he's sort of like looking over his shoulder, like they're still following me. All right, um, and uh, just makes his way to, and no one stops you, because as far as they're concerned, you're his bodyguard, his companions. You showed up with him, you were speaking with him, and you just follow him. um, and yeah, you rather than trying to take you guys inside the garrison, which isn't that big, we'll just have the meeting out here. And Elias Drexel will see you all again. Huh, what are you all doing here?
Making friends.
He'll he'll look at Eldrick and say, "Really powerful friends you seem to have made, Eldrick. It's been a long time. Welcome." And yeah, they are. I don't know if I would say friends, but they know each other. They've met, and they will begin. Eldrick will begin trying to convince him to uh, make peace. He'll be asking Elias Drexel what sort of terms he'd be willing to come up with, or what sort of compromises he'd be willing to make. Um, Eldrick is, at least from your all's perspective, truly trying to learn what would what would bring peace from the Hooded Lantern side. And I'm not going to play it out because I do not want to role play with myself. Um, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I guess also we're not, as long as you're not kicking us out. We just want to know if there's anything interesting or noteworthy. Otherwise, we could just assume it's a lot of little bickery negotiating back and forth.
yeah, that's essentially what it is. I will look it up and see if there's anything specific mentioned that they're willing to negotiate on. Um, but for the time being, we'll just assume that the meeting goes okay, um, which is maybe the best you can hope for from these type of meetings. And Eldrick will notice that you guys are still there and be like, "Well, now I need to go meet with the Silver Order. Would you care to accompany me there as well?" And this is where you guys would decide: do you want to go further into the city and concentrate on the tower, or do you want to go meet with the Silver Order for the very first time?
They don't. They might kind of know that we sent the rats at them.
Yeah,
I don't know how they could possibly figure that
There's no
out.
way.
if they caught any of the rats,
Well, I
they
guess this
could
would be
have.
a good way to find out what they know.
But
If we get arrested
but
when we
even
show up,
then,
then
the rats are not necessarily the most reliable narrators, as
that's true.
as you might say. So even if they caught every single ratling that messed with them, there's it might be hard to get any sort of description of you guys out of them.
Yeah, because the rattlings they're going to catch are not going to be like the prince and the witch and whatever. It's going to be like rattling number 34B, who's going to be like, the shadow man, the spear guy, the kitty cat.
It's told
Very.
chicken, flying chickens.
Yeah,
They'll
I
probably
was
get
told good
wildly different.
food.
That's
Food.
actually, if we're gonna pick a role play for you to do by yourself, I would like you to do a rattling explaining what happened to a Silver Order member.
Why
Yeah.
they were eating all of their griffins.
I'm gonna have to sit down and write a script with a whole lot of yes, 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 and no, no, no.
Right?
I mostly just want unhinged little rattling voices.
Yes. Well,
But
it'd be really
yeah,
funny if they do the thing where they separate the rat, like, with the police interrogations, they separate them, and then you get wildly different stories from each one, and so then they have no clue what
certainly
the truth
would.
is. Because the ratling's sense of reality, it probably isn't great.
It's probably short lived. They probably don't live very
Yeah,
long.
that's true too.
Ugh. I'm down for either or to meet the Silver Order for the first time.
I would say it
How
could
we
be good to
sent rats to kill, or let's go to our tower and take the tower and do some fun stuff there.
Let me let me say this. Um, whatever you decide will be what we make our way towards next week.
yes.
And um, next week, I believe. Hold
Is
on.
that the last week that you'll be able to?
Yeah, next week is the last Thursday in June. July will start the period of time where I can't really um, commit to running sessions. So
Yeah.
we'll be switching over to something for Colby until the end of August. So whatever we do next week will be the last thing we do before a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
And I won't be able to play on the 3rd because I'll be out of town. But we could plan on coming back on the 10th.
Oh, I didn't even think about the third being on a Thursday because yeah, the fourth is the next day. So
Oh,
maybe
yep.
maybe we don't play anyway because of the holiday.
Yeah. You could take
I
that
always
week
play a
off.
pull an all nighter on the third anyway, so I'll be off doing stupid shit.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, so next week will be the last thing we do for a little
Perfect.
bit inside of Drakkenheim.
Yeah.
Then we take the tower. We will storm the tower.
Well,
That's what we do.
yeah, I was gonna say that from a outside perspective, not necessarily what your characters would want or do, and we can do whatever you guys want. But if you talk to the Silver Order for the first time, when we come back, we may not remember everything that you talked about.
That's a fair point. The tower would certainly be more memorable.
And I'm not saying that you make it to the tower or take the tower next week,
This is
but
true.
whatever happens would probably be a little more straightforward.
Yeah.
But it is up to you all. I do not want to force you into one thing or the other.
Yeah.
I still say we storm the tower.
You attempt to storm the tower.
I mean, I think at least meeting the Silver Order is not a bad idea,
I'd
just
say
so we know like
generally
what
it
we're
makes
actually
sense.
dealing with.
Yeah, to at least get a feel for. I mean, even if we're just kind of in the room and we don't really do a lot of interacting, and Eldrick just does most of the talking, at least knowing who they are would not be such a bad idea.
Totally understandable. We can certainly plan for that. Um, there, it is likely to be another session similar to this one,
Hmm.
where it is not very much fighting and more role play and narrative based.
Yeah.
And I'm also perfectly fine if you just want to like sum it up real fast, and we'll just move on to the tower after that.
Yeah, if it's not like much of a big
Okay.
event, anyways. Yeah.
Um, let me think on it because whatever you were going to choose was going to be for next week. So I have not,
Right.
I do not have anything definitive in that
How
category.
either is gonna go. Yeah. Fair
I
enough.
was going to plan for one or the other.
Right.
Um, but yeah, so it is. This will be the end of the session then, and we'll try and figure out. I'll try and figure out a way to come up with stuff.
Yeah.
Um, sorry there was not a lot of action.
Eh.
Sorry that there wasn't even a lot of role play necessarily. It was more like an exped. It was more like a little bit of a little bit of a lore dump, if you will.
Yeah.
That's not the right term, but I can't think of the right term right now. But it was needed to set up storylines moving forward.
The longer we keep traveling with this Eldritch guide, the longer before I explain what's going on.
Also,
That would be fun. We just keep following him around indefinitely.
Following this guy.
also, please write down the spell you chose to have in your ring.
All right.
Um, because a month from now, when you guys,
Right.
uh,
Oh, does this ring require attunement?
Mm, I
Yes.
think. Oh, does it?
I
Well, it's
think,
according to the compendium, it says so.
yeah, I think it does.
Oh, I'll have to double check that.
Which you guys would still have. I need to
Okay.
make a rule real quick. I'm going to make a on the fly rule that you can each only attune to one of them. You cannot.
Have
You
one person hold all of them.
yes,
Oh, have
correct.
multiple rings.
Um,
If only you could attune to 5 rings at the same
I'm gonna
time.
be honest, CJ. You should be way more scared of us being able to cast 5 level 4 or 5 spells all at once on the same turn, as opposed to one person casting one spell each turn.
Yeah, that's true.
5 level 5 fireballs.
That could be fun.
yeah.
You finally bring this demon lord thing, and we use 5 banishments on it.
There you go.
Yeah.
If you get Eldritch,
The That's assuming you can find a way to put banishment
I
in there.
that's yeah. This is yeah. So you have to find some.
It's on Hudson's spell list.
I was gonna say
Okay.
Hudson will have it.
There you go.
Or 5 spirit guardian spells,
Yeah.
and we
Yeah.
just stack them all up. And at the start of each turn, every creature in the radius takes like 15 d8 damage.
Oh gosh.
I am
Yeah, that'd be.
regretting my choices.
There's some
CJ's
ways you
gonna have
could.
to.
But yeah. Um yeah. I was gonna say something and now I can't remember what I was gonna say.
We derailed the conversation.
I wanted to make sure you each only have one, and what else was I gonna say about the ring? Oh yeah, it does require attunement. Oh, you can put spells into it even if you're not attuned.
Oh.
So
Okay.
that if you do eventually decide to attune to it, it's already ready to go.
Yeah.
so
You cannot
so I would,
you you cannot change the spells in it until you've used the spells already inside of it, though.
that's a different question.
Yeah,
So like so like if if I don't want to tune to my ring, but like we shove it full of spells, and then during combat, like someone else runs out of spells, can I just give them the ring? And since they're already attuned to a ring of the same thing, they just change the rings out.
no,
Doesn't attunement take like an hour or something?
yeah, you have to attune to each one individually, not as a categorical statement.
Oh,
Yeah, they'd
Yep,
have to attune to that ring, and it takes a
yep.
while. So yeah,
Each ring has its own little unique.
it's like a Bluetooth or whatever.
Yeah, great way to think of it.
The MAC address is different.
Yeah, it's Bluetooth that takes an hour to connect.
Yes, yeah. It's a very long handshake process. You know, it's ultra secure.
just like my fiber router. The thing takes about 3 hours to reboot, like if we
Oh my
power
gosh.
cycle it before it puts out internet.
Oh man.
So
Like one
yeah,
time it took 3 days.
Oh my
um,
gosh.
With that,
Sounds
it
good.
is after 10 for me, so I'm
Oh,
going to get
good.
off of here and
Okay.
talk to you guys next week.
Yep.
And everyone remember to go buy your copy of the Game Master's Book of Legendary Locations in a store near you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We still on stream?